We're on the record in clause number 323492. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Darian Joseph Dudley. Mr. Dudley, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Dudley, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes,
Mr. Dudley, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Dudley?
sir.
You doing all right? All right. Mr. Dudley, I have before me a motion to revoke your probation. In this motion, it alleges that on January 7th of 2020, that you were found guilty for the offense of failure to identify, and your punishment was assessed at 30 days confinement in the Jefferson County Jail, a fine of $200 plus court costs, and that portion of your punishment was probated for 1 year. On October 28th of 2020, the state filed a motion to revoke your probation. In this motion, there are 5 allegations. The first allegation alleges that you failed to pay court assessed fees as ordered by the court, and as of October 20th of 2020, that you were $1,020 in arrears in violation of Condition 8 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True.
Allegation 2 alleges that you failed to perform community service hours required as ordered by the court in violation of Condition 14 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True.
Allegation 3 alleges that you failed to report to the Harris County Probation Department on October 15th of 2020 as directed in violation of special amendment dated March 2nd of 2020 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True.
Allegation 4 alleged that you failed to obey the rules and regulations of the Jefferson County Probation Department as you failed to pay alcohol and drug screening fees, and you were delinquent $65 in the fees owed to Harris County in violation of special amendment dated March 2nd of 2020 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True.
Allegation 5 alleged that you failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office by web or mail for the months of July, August, and September of 2020 in violation of the special amendment dated March 2nd of 2020 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True.
Mr. Dudley, are you pleading true to allegations 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading true to these allegations because they are true?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dudley, I have before me judge's explanation of rights to defendants without an attorney. In this, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign and initial this document?
Yes, sir.
I also have before me, Mr. Dudley, a waiver of counsel for purposes of entering a guilty plea or proceeding to trial. Mr. Dudley, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dudley, I have another document before me. This document is titled the Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Excuse me, it's titled the Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. Mr. Dudley, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this document, Mr. Dudley, are these your initials on
Yes, sir.
these on page 2? If your first set of initials on a line that says MTRP, and it says that you're pleading true to allegations 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And the next set of initials is on a line that reads, I do not request discovery of the evidence or waive my right to request discovery in the case and chose to enter a plea of, it has guilty and no contest. I'll scratch through that and put a plea of true. And is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And these are your initials.
Yes, sir.
Page 3 of the same document, Mr. Dudley, is that your signature above the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, which is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, Mr. Dudley, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature above the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are two boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box is that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Dudley, prior to signing and initialing all of these documents that we went over, did you have an opportunity to read the documents?
Yes, sir.
And did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Dudley, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State's Exhibit number 1 is the document that have your initials on page 2 and your signature on page 3. The state would like to use this document as evidence against you in your case. Is it all right for the state to use this document as evidence in your case?
Yes, sir.
No objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Dudley, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial? Just speak up.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dudley, I will accept your pleas are true, the allegations 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I will also find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of true were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and your probation is hereby revoked. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. It's for 10 days, credit for time served, tax and retire of the court cost.
Okay, Mr. Dudley, the state is offering that you serve 10 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already spent 10 days in jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served. The court cost in this case is $67, but you don't have to pay the $67 because the time that you spent in this case is already paid it off. Therefore, the court cost will be taxed and retired. Mr. Dudley, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Dudley, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you've entered into with the state. Mr. Dudley, would you please stand over here before the court clerk and follow her instructions? And Mr. Dudley, once you finish with the court clerk, you'll be free to go
What you need to do?
and have a blessed day.
You've already signed everything.